Is he being treated for Parkinson's? No, he's not. Is he taking medication for Parkinson's? No. So those are the things that I can give you full-blown answers on.
That's the White House press secretary responding to questions over President Biden's health. Parkinson's disease has become part of the national conversation as legislators, the media, the White House all react to speculation the president may have this neurological condition. But this has now sparked conversation among a lot of families, too, about their own experiences with Parkinson's. Each year, more than 90,000 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with this disease. More than 1 million people are living with it. So our health expert, Dr. Arkel Georgiou, is here to explain how it's diagnosed. And there's been a lot of commentary here about Parkinson's. So just objectively, explain to us, what is Parkinson's disease?
Sure. So Parkinson's is classified as a movement disorder, and there's no blood test that can diagnose it. So it's all done with clinical criteria. And here's what they are. Here are the classic symptoms that have to be present to make a clinical diagnosis. One is that there's a resting tremor. So that means that when the hand is resting, they're not reaching out for something, it's resting, and it's almost as if you're rolling pills, right? There's just a resting tremor. There's what's called a bradykinesia, which means slowed movements. It can start in the hands or the feet. What's most obvious is when it's in the feet, and there's a slow shuffling walk. Very slow steps, short steps that are taken. There's a rigidity in their muscles. And then all of these things contribute to balance issues, postural instability, and so that occurs a little bit later in the condition, but it's one of the criteria.
Arkel, what causes Parkinson's?
Well, it's more complicated than we even understand. But what we do know is that there are proteins that get deposited in the brain that affect the dopamine-producing cells deep in the middle of the brain. Dopamine is responsible for having smooth movements, and so when those cells are destroyed, when they die, those Parkinson's symptoms appear.
How do you treat it then? This is complicated.
It is complicated. And so, early on in the diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, it doesn't necessarily need to be treated. Let me point out, there's no cure, and there's no medication or treatment that can slow down its progression. So the way that it's treated when it is diagnosed is the most common is a substitution for that dopamine, and that medication is called Sinemet. And when each person decides to start that or not is up to them. And it really, is it interfering with your quality of life? So that's the moment that you start taking Sinemet. As it progresses, there are other things that can be done, but they're never curing or decreasing the progression of the disease.
There are so many Americans we know who are living with Parkinson's. As you say, there is no cure. So what is the benefit then to the early diagnosis?
Well, so symptoms can actually appear 10 or more years before those symptoms that I mentioned at the top of the segment. And they can include losing your sense of smell, not being able to sleep well, your handwriting getting much smaller, probably because of the motor movement issues. The benefit to being diagnosed early is that you can put some of the lifestyle changes in place that can help not decrease the progression or cure, but make you more stable with the disease overall. So exercise is critical because it can keep your muscles strong and keep you from falling, which is one of the biggest risks in Parkinson's. And then there was a Harvard study that showed that eating a diet that's high in fruit, vegetables, legumes, a Mediterranean diet, if you will, can help with the symptoms as well. So getting started on all of those things a decade earlier than when you have the really obvious symptoms could make a difference.
Wow. All right, Arkel. All these things are very good to know. We thank you for coming in and shedding some light on this for us.
See a neurologist.
All right. Yes, we will be right back.